London here, and I loved it. It was my life's passion. And there I learned to work with people with disabilities. I learned to work with people who are coping with cancer. And I learned just how to deal with the London community at large. And then I broke my back. In 2010, I was having a bit of a mental health crisis called hypergymnasia, or it's also called anorexia athletica. And what that is when you exercise so much that you're trying to get every calorie out of your body, every ounce of fat off your body. And it's very celebrated within the fitness industry, because what it looks like at first is like you're getting in really, really good shape and you're making this major change in your life. And I was in a situation where I was doing something very unhealthy for myself and being celebrated for doing something healthy instead. I decided that I was going to punish myself with a boot camp class. That punishment led to me jumping up onto a stack of blocks, very CrossFit style. CrossFit, I love you. You're doing something awesome out there. But when I jumped up and came back down, all of a sudden my legs gave out from underneath of me, and my L5 vertebrae cracked right down the middle. That shook my spinal cord, and I was paralyzed for a period of hours. When I went to the hospital, it was explained to me that I was probably going to have lower back pain for the rest of my life, and that mobility might be an issue moving forward. Fortunately, it wasn't, because I made sure I got out there and worked out and started doing it the right way. A year and a half later, I was afflicted with a neurological condition called prefrontal cortex dysfunction, and I lost my short-term memory in a very, very short period of time. This caused massive problems for me. It caused problems in my career, caused problems with my mental health, obviously, and I lost my favorite job 6 months before I was going to be married. After that, I was in a situation where I was having to listen to stories about what rock bottom is like and what to do. The thing that I was told over and over and over again was, you gotta get up and do it yourself. And that's a very scary thing. But as I created this company, I realized that there's plenty of people out there who have a story just like mine. You just put it in a martini shaker with the details and spread it out. You have something very similar. For some people, it's PTSD. For some people, it's fibrodysplasia ossificans progressiva. For other people, it's cancer. For other people, it's just tough out there. And so that's why I thought fitness needed to be for the rest of us. And that's what brought me here. I wanted to spend this time giving a message to London that you do not have to fit a certain mold. And that's why you've all been invited to come here and listen to me talk for 5 minutes. It's because each and every one of you I've had at least some sort of contact with, in order to find out if you're the kind of person that wants to make a certain impact in London. Not the impact per se, but within the realm of your expertise. As time goes by, we're going to be continuing to build this status, continuing to build this prestige. And that's why I've invited 4 more people after me to give their talk and to let you know what kind of impact they're making in this city. There's people in this room right now with amazing stories of survival. There's people in this room with amazing stories of success. There's people in this room with amazing skill sets that you would not know unless you asked. We have an Olympian sitting at the back of the room here. We have a cancer survivor here. We have Lexus of London sitting at the back corner here representing, okay? We're trying to create an atmosphere of access, so anywhere in London you can come here, you can have something delicious to eat, something fresh to drink, and you can meet these people who have these stories of inspiration, these stories of success that can aid you in your wellness, whether it be the wellness of your home, your financial wellness, your mental wellness, your physical wellness, your spiritual wellness. And so, from the bottom of my heart, thank you. Thank you so much for coming. I can't wait to host more of these events with you. I'd like to introduce a few of these inspirational and motivational and successful, amazing people. We have David Dudzik, representing Desjardins Insurance. I had an awesome conversation with him at Tim Hortons. We talked about how to get people with disabilities involved with the Ontario tax credit so they could be financially well. We're talking about Chris Santa Capita. And he's helping people find their houses. They're helping people find their businesses, helping people find their infrastructure in their lives. We have Elias of Mo Mondays here, who is a specialist in motivation and getting people to move and getting people to help in this community by sharing their stories, by coming after work and making sure there's something very interesting and meaningful happening. I'd like to introduce our next speaker. Today, David Dudzik is going to come up and he's going to give us a talk about what he does with Desjardins. I'd like to welcome you up. Come on up, David.
Sorry, stop. Everybody stop. Sorry, it's Santa next. Santa.
Can we just go?
All right, okay, go, David. No, David, go. David, come on. David, come on. No, we're starting again. We stopped all the stop, and then we're going again. And David, if you can introduce him again, please. I'm sorry, magic of television, everyone. Sorry. Great.